Imagine your own family treating your dreams like a joke for years, dismissing your hard-earned success as some silly side hustle, until one brutal family gathering where you drop a bombshell that silences them all and flips the script forever. Hi, I'm Aiden, 31 years old, and if there's one lesson life's hammered into me, it's that blood relatives will cheer you on, as long as your wins don't steal their spotlight. I never followed the cookie-cutter path everyone else in my family chased. While cousins and siblings buried themselves in college textbooks for degrees in fancy fields like law or medicine, just to earn those proud parent boasts, I was locked away in my old room, bootstrapping an online store from nothing. It started small, custom phone covers, then graphic tees. But before long, it exploded into something massive. As they stressed over job applications and begged for entry-level gigs, I was juggling inventory, filing business taxes, and watching revenue climb into the hundreds of thousands. Yet to my mom, I was still unemployed or searching for direction. That's how she'd introduce me at every holiday dinner or cousin's wedding. Like my thriving company was invisible until some corporate stamp validated it. The tipping point hit at my cousin Sophia's big graduation bash. She was 23, fresh out of a top-tier school with her international relations diploma, and the undisputed star of our clan. You know the kind. Straight-A student, fluent in multiple tongues, always volunteering, and photogenic enough to make every family pic look like a magazine spread. We weren't enemies growing up, just distant, polite, no real sparks flying either way. But she carried this vibe like she expected applause after every sentence, and her folks, my aunt and uncle, fed right into it. Every tiny win got blown up. Parties, plaques on the wall, mass texts blasting her glory, and social media posts screaming Sophia's triumph. So when the invite for her grad party landed, I braced for the usual extravaganza. A fancy backyard setup with twinkling lights, bubbly flowing, and a massive tent that screamed over the top. What I didn't brace for was getting roped into grunt work the second I pulled up. I arrived a bit early to dodge the chaos, but Aunt Kara spotted me and thrust a bright orange vest my way, like I was her hired help. Perfect timing, Aiden. We could use you on parking duty. The street's jamming up already. No warm welcome. No glad you made it. Just orders, a radio, and a quick shove toward the curb, as if I moonlighted as a lot attendant. I stared her down. I'm here as a guest, Kara, not staff. She chuckled like it was all in good fun. Come on, just for a bit. You're great with organizing, right? From that little website gig of yours. I could have stormed off right then, handed back the gear, and called it a day. But that nagging family pull-tugged me in, and suddenly I was out there for over an hour, directing minivans onto the lawn and guiding wobbly grandparents across uneven ground. No one checked on me. No water, no break. Nothing. By the time I finally peeled away and slumped into a rickety chair at the edge of the yard, covered in sweat and grime, the real festivities were in full swing. A huge glittering banner screamed, "Congrats, Sophia!" across the lawn, and a shiny red bow hid what looked like a fresh compact SUV in the driveway. Guests mingled with plates piled high, toasting under the glow. My mom, perched right up front like a proud peacock, barely noticed me with a limp wave. I spotted my name tag shoved under some decorative plant at the far end of the food line, miles from the action. Sophia was the center of it all, gliding around in a pristine dress that caught every ray of sun, charming groups like a pro networker. Then came the mic moment. She tapped it for effect, giggled, and lifted her glass. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. It's incredible to celebrate with folks who get what true dedication and a solid education mean, especially when so many chase fleeting digital distractions these days. Her eyes locked on mine, the dig hanging heavy in the air. And the crowd? They erupted in chuckles. My uncle barked a laugh. Cousin Jason nearly choked on his beer. Even Mom pressed her lips together, fighting a grin that screamed betrayal. Heat flooded my face. I gripped my soda, staring at the beads of water sliding down, willing myself not to snap. Not here. Not now. She wasn't done. Or maybe it's just bold. Some of us poured years into credentials that actually matter. No regrets. More giggles rippled through, glasses clinking as she handed off the mic like a victory lap. Mom caught my eye, shrugged weakly. She didn't mean you like that. But I knew better. It wasn't the flashy car or the spotlight hogging that stung. It was the endless years of being sidelined. My efforts brushed off while they gushed over Sophia's every syllabus milestone. As the cheers faded and folks drifted to the makeshift dance area with pop tunes blasting, something inside me cracked. I dusted myself off, strode to the head table where Sophia posed with her crew by the gift-wrapped ride, still buzzing from the adoration. "Hey, Soph," I called out, voice steady but loud enough for the nearby ears. She froze mid-pose, surprise flickering. "What?" I lifted my glass, forcing a smile. "Just congrats. Must be amazing having that degree pave the way, and all this family backing." I paused for a swig, then dropped it. My digital distraction just hit 1.2 million in sales this year. But hey, sweet ride. The world went still. Her grin shattered. A utensil clattered somewhere. Uncle's jaw unhinged. Mom blinked like she'd been slapped. I didn't linger for the fallout, just nodded, spun around, and headed for the exit. Whispers chased me. Did he just say? But I kept walking, their stares burning holes in my back. I hadn't scripted that bombshell. It just boiled over from years of being the overlooked underdog, the go-to for favors but never respect. Sophia's smug shot? That was the match to the fuse. No one followed as I drove off. But by the time I pulled into my sleek, mortgage-free home I'd bought outright, my phone lit up like fireworks. "Mom first. That was out of line, Aiden. You shamed us all. Then, let's not blow this up. Aunt Kara. Really necessary? Sophia earned that degree. You're not the only achiever." I ignored them, powered down the device, and sank into the quiet. Sleep came easy that night, like a storm had finally passed. The ripples hit hard over the next days. Monday, my inbox pinged with interview offers. Turns out one of Sophia's pals Googled my brand post party and loved the hustle. No more side gig. This was legit empire building. I handled the calls personally, savoring the validation I'd craved. Tuesday night, Mom showed up unannounced, Tupperware in hand like old times, offering comfort food as a peace flag. I let her in. She lingered in the foyer, eyes roaming my modern setup. The clean lines, curated decor, tech that whispered success she'd ignored. "You've built something real here," she admitted softly. "Yeah," I said flatly. "I have." She set down the container. "But you crushed Sophia. She's heartbroken." I crossed my arms. "She humiliated me first, Mom. I didn't ignite this. I ended it." 1.2 million? She whispered, like it was taboo. "It's fact." She faltered. "Why keep it hidden?" I let out a tired laugh. "I didn't, you just tuned it out. Preferred the struggling son narrative you could fix." She collapsed into a chair, deflated. "I never meant to belittle you. Didn't you? Sophia's the prodigy. I'm the basement tinkerer. No comeback." Then quietly, "She's job hunting, you know? Nothing's panned out." I smirked. "So the real path isn't all golden doors?" That earned a glare. "Don't twist the knife." "I'm not. I'm done faking it. I've earned my spot." She rose, fidgeting. "She wants to say sorry." I arched a brow. "Does she really?" "She knows she crossed a line." I stayed silent, skepticism thick. That evening, I checked Sophia's message. "Hey, party was messed up on my end. Can we chat?" It lingered unread, the shift in power almost tangible. They'd pegged me as the Wi-Fi dreamer scraping by. Nope. I'd forged a powerhouse in the shadows. But things escalated that weekend. Aunt Kara's voicemail. "Aiden, urgent chat needed. We're in a tight spot. Uncle's work hours slashed and that car payment's overwhelming. Hate asking, but family sticks together, right?" Clicked. Not just embarrassment. They saw a lifeline. I replayed it, stunned at the flip. From party joke to bailout hero overnight. No immediate reply. Let them stew. The pattern was crystal. Mock first, ignore next, then butter up when wallets pinched. This wasn't kinship. It was a handout request, bold as brass. Uncle called next. Hey, kid. Clearing the air. We adore you. Party banter was just fun. Softs got my wit. Ha. Kara mentioned the lease, we're pinched short-term. Could you spot us a few months? Your venture's killing it, yeah? The nerve hit like a gut punch. No remorse for the barbs. No nod to my quiet support over years. Gifts, dinners, emergencies I'd covered while they doled out scraps of approval. I pulled up my private ledger. A tally of every dime I'd shelled out. $300 to Jason for books? Unrepaid. $2,000 for their roof fix. Total? Over 40 grand. Not counting the emotional toll, the constant undervaluing. Staring at that figure, resolve hardened. I drafted a response to Sophia. Saw your text, mulled it over. Thanks for owning up, but clarity's due. You hustled hard, sure, but that doesn't excuse belittling paths you don't get. I've poured into this family for ages, cash and heart, only to get brushed off. Time for boundaries. Variations went to the aunt, uncle, and a softer one to mom. She rang instantly. Aiden, we need to talk. You can't just... I can. I cut in evenly. And I did. Silence stretched. You really pulled in over $1 million? Yep. How? You never bothered asking. More quiet. What now? She whispered. That hung heavy because honestly, I wanted nothing. Just an end to the endless taking. I hung up gently, no rage, just freedom from the performance. The well was dry, the punchline delivered. Sophia ghosted my message for days. Simmering, maybe scripting a comeback, or too mortified to engage. Didn't faze me. I'd unloaded the burden. That smothering mix of duty and invisibility finally gone. I breathed easier than ever. Then, day 3, a calendar ping. Coffee? Sophia Summers. Saturday, 10 a.m., local cafe. Curiosity one. I accepted, not chasing closure, but to gauge if any authenticity lurked under her perfect facade. Rain poured that morning, moody and apartment. I got there early, plain coffee in hand. She arrived late, polished in a blazer and heels, humility etched on her face like a mask. Aiden, she said softly, sliding in. Didn't think you'd come. Same here, I replied. Yet. Awkward beats passed. She fiddled with her drink. Read your note. Twice. You're spot on. I waited. I was horrible. Not just then, but always. Mocked your grind because I couldn't wrap my head around it. And yeah, envy ate at me. That jolted. Envy. Totally. You carved your path, made it thrive. Me? Fancy paper, 0 offers, and a car we can't swing. That party jab? Deflecting my own mess. Her words sank in. I didn't rush absolution. Thanks for admitting it. But it doesn't erase the buildup. The constant less than vibe from the whole crew, Mom included. I get it, she murmured. Our mess to own. I glanced at the storm outside. Real reason for this meetup? Not cash promise. Smart. It's off limits. She nodded. Just to face it. Out loud. Puzzled. I watched her pull her phone, open IG, and hit record on a story. Hey all, awkward alert. Time to own up. At my grad bash, I trashed non-traditional hustles. It was mean wrong off base. My cousin Aiden's a beast. Built his empire from 0, no crutches, and I dragged him publicly. My bad. To him and anyone I hurt. Success isn't diploma-gated. It's grit. Aiden, if you see this, thanks for the wake-up. She posted without a blink. Tucked it away. I stared. Floored. Needed the humble pie, she shrugged. You endured it forever. Fair's fair. In that instant, she shed the golden girl armor, revealing someone unraveling her own tangled web, families and hers. We chatted another hour, life stuff, wanderlust, reads. No rivalries, just real talk we'd skipped before. Parting. She hugged tight. A wordless, I see you now. A week on. Mom called. Saw her video? Hesitant. Yeah. She didn't loop us in. Didn't have to. I'm proud, Aiden. Sorry for tuning out, for not asking. No triumph for me. Just thanks. Next clan barbecue, 4th of July at Uncle's. I rolled up casual. No tasks shoved my way. Sophia approached with a loaded plate. Sit with me. We did. No fanfare, just easy vibes. When work talk arose, she jumped in. He runs a 7-figure online powerhouse. Mind-blowing setup. Stunned quiet followed, no snickers, just genuine curiosity. I shared bits, held back others. They craved details. I didn't know them. The car got repoed. Sophia landed a non-profit gig she loved. Not for show. No more bailout begs from the aunt and uncle. Mom still puzzles my world but boasts like I'm a tech wizard. I keep that ledger as a bookmark on old pains, not grudges. They call success sweet revenge. I say it's the quiet after the storm that hits deepest. Thanks for sticking through this epic family showdown. If Reddit-style drama hooks you, hit subscribe and notifications. Next tale's always wilder.